So every time I celebrate a birthday, I go back to God. I said, you said you were going to come back. We don't know how you will come back. We don't know when you will come back. But if you want to come back, come quickly. Because the tokens of the kingdom are stood. And it's easier to be afraid than to be in faith. So many questions begging for answers. And it seems there are no voices in the territory to bring perspective. If you want to come, come quickly. You didn't answer me until 2019. So it's time to come. Meanwhile, I need to tell you a story from heaven. Because when the issue of Nigeria was brought up in the council, most of the elders pleaded with God to shift his favor from this country to another country. Yes. In fact, Ghana was proposed highly in the chambers. I'm telling you what I saw from heaven. If it were democracy, God's face would have turned from Nigeria. Probably the first thing. Okay, let's leave that. The contention was so strong. And then God revealed that the reason why his face cannot be turned from Nigeria was because he entered into deep covenants with our ancestors. Not because of us. There were vows that he made. There were covenants that he made with our ancestors. And at this point in time, it is not consistent with his nature for him to forget those covenants that are already operational. It was on the strength of that God reassured that his covenant with this nation will not be broken. Ecclesiastes chapter 11. Cast thy bread upon the waters, for thou shalt find it after many days. Give a portion to 7, and also to 8, for thou knowest not what evil shall come upon the earth. If the clouds be full of rain, they empty themselves upon the earth. And if the tree fall towards the south or towards the north, in the place where the tree falleth, there it shall be. He that observeth the wind shall not sow, and he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap. As thou knowest not what is the way of the Spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child, even so thou knowest not the works of God who maketh all things. So he said, cast thy bread upon the waters, and thou shalt find it after many days. That's the same principle that is in the book of Genesis chapter 8 from verse 22. What occasioned that exposition? In the book of Genesis chapter 8 verse 22 was that Noah was seeking a ground of stability. Before that time, God in his wrath had judged the earth. Before that time, the fall of man had been activated, and the governor that was supposed to superintend this realm, hallelujah, the governor is the one that has the manual for every creature, even the Holy Spirit, had withdrawn from the physical creation. And that's why the preacher said, what was left, the purposes that were left in the physical creation was vanity upon vanity, cycles levels and degrees of vainness being expressed, because the Holy Spirit had withdrawn his services from the physical creation. It was on the strength of that God began to crystallize the new creation, because his purposes could no longer be found within the crucible of the old. That was the lamentation that the preacher sustained in the book of Ecclesiastes. And now